Welcome to Ajo Akshar Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss Human Eye and Colorful World, Reflections on Concepts, Part 2, Questions and Answers. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please share your valuable comments in the comment section. Okay, let us go to the today's session. First one. Explain the two activities for the formation of artificial rainbow. Now here we are going to discuss what are the activities of the for the formation of artificial rainbow. See the picture. This is now here we are taking a metal tray and we are taking water inside and we are taking a mirror and we are placed the mirror here at an angle and then we are sending the white light. Whenever the white light is focused on the mirror in the water, then it spreads into 7 colors. That is the dispersed light. Now we will see the activity 1. Take a metal tray and fill it with water. Place a mirror in the water such that it makes an angle to the water surface. Now focus white light on the mirrors through the water as shown in the figure. Try to obtain colors on a white cardboard sheet. Get about the water surface. We can observe 7 colors of WebGR on the cardboard sheet. So this is the description about this activity that for the formation of artificial rainbow. Here first we are taking a metal tray and then we have to fill it with water, place a mirror in water such that it makes an angle to the water surface. Now focus white light on the mirrors through water as shown in the figure. So this is the formation of the dispersed light. We have to place the mirror at any angle. Now we are focusing the white light on the mirror. Try to obtain on a white cardboard sheet, get over the water surface. Here we are observing the 7 colors, that is the WebGR spectrum of the 7 colors. So that is known as dispersed light. Next. Activity 2. Select a white colored wall on which the sun rays fall. Stand in front of a wall in such a way that the sun rays fall on your back. Hold a tube through which water is flowing. Place your finger in the tube to obstruct the flow of water. Observe the changes on the wall while the water shower is maintained. We observe different colors on the wall which are similar to similar colors of WebGR. This is the second activity, that is the formation of the artificial rainbow, dispersion of light. Whenever the light enters, the white light is spreading into its constituent colors, that is 7 colors. These colors are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. This is the spectrum. So that is similar colors of our WebGR. Okay, next one, derive an expression for the refractive index of the material of a prism. See, this is the figure. Observe the ray diagrams in the figure. Triangle PQR is the outline of the prism and this is AB is the incident ray and this is the normal and it is angle of incidence. And whenever the light ray travels from rare medium to denser medium, now it is a glass medium, refracted ray bends towards normal and again from here to here. Now the light ray is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium. So this refracted ray move away from the normal. So this is away from the normal. Here angle I1 is the angle of incidence and here I2 is the angle of emergence. Here A and B are 2 pins, the image of 2 pins C and D. Extension of incident ray and extension of emergent ray meeting at this point O. Here this is the angle of deviation D. Now here we are denoting this is the R1 angle of refraction, and this is angle of incidence, that is R2. We are taking as R1 and R2. Now observe the ray diagrams in the figure, and then D is the exterior angle of triangle OMN. Here from the mathematical concept, exterior angle is equals to sum of the interior angles. Now we will write this expression for the refractive index of metal of the prism. So in triangle OMN, exterior angle, that is D, is equals to, so from triangle OMN we get exterior angle is equals to sum of interior opposite angles, that is D is equals to I1 minus R1 plus another angle I2 minus R2. So therefore D is equals to I1 plus I2, here we are taking minus as common, R1 plus R2. So this is equation number 1. Now next triangle, from triangle PMN we have the, in triangle PMN, the three angles in a triangle, that is sum of the angles in a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. So A plus 90 minus R1 plus 90 minus R2 is equals to 180 degrees. So 90 plus 90, 180. Here we are taking minus as a common. R1 plus R2 is equals to 180 degrees. This 180 gets cancels. So A is equals to R1 plus R2. Consider this as equation number 2. Now next, from equations 1 and 2, substituting in the place of A, that is R1 plus R2, we are writing A. So from 1 and 2 equations, from 1 and 2 equations, D is equals to, we are writing I1 plus I2 minus A. So from this we are writing A plus D is equals to I1 plus I2. From Snell's law, we know that N1 sin I is equals to N2 sin R. So using Snell's law at M, refractive index of air, N1 is equals to 1 and I is equals to I1 and N2 is equals to N and R is equals to R1. So substituting all these values, we get sin I1 is equals to N into sin R1. Here this is equation number 3 and consider this is equation number 4. So similarly at N, we are using Snell's law with N1 is equals to N and I is equals to here R2, N2 is equals to 1 and R is equals to I2. So now we are writing from Snell's law N1 sin R2 is equals to sin I2. This is equation number 5. We know that at the angle of minimum deviation, I1 is equals to I2. So that implies this M and N are parallel to QR. So when it occurs, whenever the angle of incidence is equals to angle of emergence, then that D is equals to angle of deviation becomes angle of minimum deviation. So next, from third equation, when I1 is equals to I2, angle of deviation becomes angle of minimum deviation. When I1 is equals to I2, angle of deviation becomes capital D. D becomes capital D. This D refers to angle of deviation. This D refers to angle of minimum deviation. So from equation 3 we are writing A plus D is equals to 2I1. So from this we can write it as I1 is equals to A plus D by 2. So when I1 is equals to I2, then it is clear that R1 is equals to R2. When I1 is equals to I2, then it is clear that R1 is equals to R2. So from second equation we can write it as A is equals to R1 nothing but R2. R2 is also R1. So R1 plus R2 becomes 2R1. So R1 is equals to A by 2. Substitute I1 and R1 in equation 4, we get sine of A plus D by 2 is equals to n into sine A by 2. Here now we are substituting I1 and R1 values in equation 4. The equation 4 is sine I1 is equals to n into sine R1. Now therefore we are writing the expression for refractive index n is equals to sine of A plus D by 2 by sine A by 2, where A is the angle of the prism and D is the angle of minimum deviation and n is the refractive index of the material of the prism. This is the final expression. N is equals to sine of A plus D by 2 by sine A by 2, where n is the refractive index of the material of the prism. Refractive index of material of the prism. This is about the derivation of refractive index of the material prism, that is n is equals to sin A plus D by 2 by sin A by 2, where A is the angle of prism, D is the angle of minimum deviation and n is the refractive index of the material of the prism. Okay, next one. Light of wavelength lambda 1 enters a medium with a refractive index n1 from a medium with a refractive index n2. What is the wavelength of light in second medium? Here refractive index n is equals to speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. Now we will write n is equals to C by V, where C is the speed of light in vacuum, V is the speed of light in medium. Now here V is equals to wavelength is equals to here lambda wave velocity V is equals to nu into lambda or n into lambda. So and V is equals to nu lambda. So from this we are writing n is equals to C by nu lambda. So n1 is equals to C by V1 or n1 is equals to C by nu lambda 1. This is equation number 1. n2 is equals to C by V2, that implies n2 is equals to C by nu lambda 2. This is equation number 2. So from equations 2 and 1 we are getting n2 by n1 is equals to c by nu lambda 2 into nu lambda 1 by c. C gets cancels. CC gets cancels. Finally, we are writing n2 by n1 is equals to lambda 1 by lambda 2 or lambda 2 is equals to n1 by n2 into lambda 1. So, wavelength of light in second medium lambda 2 is equals to n1 by n2 into lambda 1. This is the expression for wavelength of light in second medium. Lambda 2 is equals to n1 by n2 into lambda 1. Okay. Next one, why does the sky sometimes appears white? Now we will discuss. On a hot day, the temperature is very high. So, in the presence of high temperature in the atmosphere, this is leading to abundant presence of water molecules. So, lack of water molecules here, very less water molecules are present in the atmosphere due to high temperature of water. So, these water molecules scatters the color of other frequency other than blue. So, all such colors of other frequency reaches our eye and the sky appears white. So, mixing of all colors producing white color. This is the explanation of the sky sometimes appears white. Okay, next one. Next one, a person is viewing an extended object. If a converging lens is placed in front of his eye, will he feel that the size of object has increased? Why? Now discuss. Let us discuss. The person feels that size of object has been increased. He used the converging lens. So that is the convex lens and the images and extended object. Image is an extended object. So here image is an extended object. So this image object is, this image is formed, this image is formed when the object is in between focus and the lens center P of a lens due to refraction. So hence the image size seems to be increased. So that's why here image size seems to be increased. The image is formed when the object is in between focus and P, that is optic center and focus of a lens due to refraction. So that's why hence the image size seems to be increased. Okay. Thanks for watching this video.